Hello, everyone. X-Walk Hill Bethelite here. And I just want to essentially put something to bed here. I mean, in this discussion of the Jehovah's Witness governing body being different from people in other religious groups that may have mansions, they may have nice things, they may have a lot of money. The concept that the governing body may not have those things because they choose not to have those things is false. The concept that the governing body does not have those things because they are of a higher moral standard than leaders of other churches is false. Let's go ahead and break this down so that we can put this to bed. This whole, you never hear about a governing body member having a mansion 4 blocks long, and that's because they're, somehow better. Well, the truth of the matter is, the Jehovah's Witnesses, their leadership, are people off the street. These are people straight off the street. The Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't have a T.D. Jakes. They don't have nobody in the entire governing body that could break away and get a mansion, get a nice car, get a lot of nice things based off of their charisma, their ability to get people to follow them. The Jehovah's Witnesses don't have anybody with that type of skill, that type of background as far as having been to any kind of seminary or anything like that. The Jehovah's Witnesses don't got a T.D. Jakes. This guy in Houston who has a mansion, Osteen. They don't have an Osteen. They don't have nobody talented enough to be able to demand that type of thing. They don't have nobody talented enough to be able to, on their own, write books and have those things sell. The governing body don't write them books. The governing body can't write a book, people. If the governing body wrote a book, it would look like a kindergartner wrote it. This is the truth of the matter. We need to go ahead and put this to bed because I have been to Bethel. I have been there and I have seen these people. These people do not have the same type of talent to be able to mesmerize people, to be able to have people run into a platform throwing money up on it. They don't have that type of charisma. They don't have that type of skill. We saw the meeting that they had online. It was the assembly. They had the assembly online, and we sat there and watched where people were messing up on what they were supposed to say. These people can't even read something off a script without messing up, losing their place. I think it was Sanderson, governing body member, who during the assembly that they had on video on their website was reading something that he was supposed to say during his speech at the assembly off of paper. Every now and again, he'd look up. They think that that's impressive. You look up, that's audience contact. Wow. But guess what? He look up and lose his place and then look down and have to sit there forever trying to figure out where the hell he was. T.D. Jakes don't do that. Joel Osteen don't do that. Creflo Dollar, from my understanding, he don't do that. These people aren't as dumb as the governing body is. The reason why the governing body don't have all that stuff, they don't have all these mansions, they don't have all that, is because they ain't got the mental capacity to be able to acquire it. Samuel Hurd had like a Rolex or something like that to show that if they have it, they will show it. Most likely somebody gave him that. The Jehovah's Witnesses, your elders, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Your elders are just people off the damn street. Your governing body member is just an elder who they got off the street that had been there a long time. These aren't the most talented people in the world. These aren't the most intelligent people in the world. All these books and things like that are being printed, they got a writing department. They got somebody else doing that stuff. Samuel Hurd and all his suspender wearing glory is not capable of writing a damn book. He can't. He's not that skilled, talented. This dude was in the military, left the military, saw a woman that he liked, and joined the Jehovah's Witnesses because of that. Come on now. Jehovah's Witnesses, the entire organization is filled with just Joe Smoes. Just regular people. That's the reason why there ain't nobody in that organization that, based off charisma and teaching ability and book writing ability and, just entrepreneurship, is capable, nobody in that governing body is capable of acquiring those nice things. But if they could, they would. For the governing body, these are people just off the damn street. They can't even do a production as far as the assembly and put that on their website without having a whole bunch of weird looking people messing up on their parts, saying dumb stuff, trying to do gestures. Jehovah's Witnesses talk about gestures. These people are trying to do gestures, and it looks stupid because they don't know what they're doing. I'm telling you, these are regular nobodies. They're not any more morally upright than anybody else. They just don't have the ability to acquire these things. I got my grape slushie here from Sonic. The nerds in there. Let's put this to bed. Let's put this whole, we don't hear any big scandal with the governing body member because they're better than other people. No, you don't hear no big scandal by no governing body member because they're not important anywhere outside of Watchtower. Nobody cares about them. Scandal about what? These people ain't got no life. Scandal about what? Stephen Lett can't even talk without looking like he's freaking possessed. Scandal about what? There's nothing to have a scandal about. They're unimportant. They're unimportant people who the only thing that the governing body's bread and butter is that they essentially live in like a castle, Bethel, where they just got a whole bunch of servants that will work for them and do whatever they want for free. So Joe Smo off the street is happy with what they have, which is they live in a big old building called Bethel, where they got all these people willing to come and work for them for free. They don't need to have $1 trillion in their pocket each, because they get stuff for free. They get free food. They get free labor. Joe Smo off the street is happy with that. There is not a single member of the entire governing body. Has not been a member of the governing body in the history of Jehovah's Witnesses that has any kind of freaking charisma that can give really good talks or anything like that. They ain't had a TD Jakes in the entire history of the whole freaking organization. The only person that may have came close was Charles Taze Russell, and he'd been dead and gone a long time. This organization has lacked any kind of talent for the entire history of it. There ain't nobody there that can get no jet like Creflo Dollar can. What Watchtower does is properties. They get properties. They get people who are stupid to donate their jewelry, to donate their property, to donate all their money when they die. Watchtower capitalizes on stupidity. They got dumb people who know they have tried to guess the end of the world 18 million times and has gotten it wrong 18 million times, but they're too dumb to figure out, well, maybe they're not that reliable then. That's what these people do. They capitalize on stupidity. They don't need a lot of talent when the people you are deceiving are dumb as hell. So let's stop any Jehovah's Witness you see that opens their mouth and fix to try to say, well, the governing body, they don't have mansions and they don't demand a lot of money because they can't. Number one, you ain't got that much money for them to be asking for, and they do ask for it. They definitely ask for it. They be begging for money on the broadcast. But you ain't got millions of dollars to give to them. So no, they ain't dancing around on those stages like Creflo Dollar swimming in money. No, they ain't got no jet. These are people off the street. Watchtower basically hires bottom feeders to be their elders, to be their circuit overseers, to be their governing body members. I'm not saying that these are all bad people. They just ain't that qualified. They ain't that good at giving talks. They ain't that charismatic. They ain't got the ability to have no damn yacht. The best they can do is have Jehovah's Witnesses build Bethel for them for free and then go there and work for them for free. And then they just take advantage of that and take advantage of whatever people give them. But the governing body, Stephen Lett can't talk without looking retarded. Samuel Hurd sounds like an idiot. Talking about women have got smaller brains and running around with them suspenders on, looking half dead. Sanderson, I think that's to do with like the triple neck that can't hardly have his, top collar of his shirt buttoned because his neck and head is so fat. I mean, come on. Which one of these people do y'all think could ask for that much money if they wanted to? That's why they have to have a group of them. If they got to have a group of these people, because there ain't not one of them that's good enough to keep people's attention. So you guys comment down below and let me know what you think. But I'm telling you, I've been there. I seen Stephen Lett personally. I seen Samuel Hurd personally. And even back when I was indoctrinated, these people were never that impressive. They're not the type of people where you're in their presence and they're impressive. They're the type of people that just look like regular people. As a matter of fact, the one guy who came up with the whole, or was trying to teach the whole overlapping generation thing, Splain, whatever his name is, there's a picture of him and his brother. You'd have to look through the jw.org or whatever to find it, but there's a picture of Splain standing next to his brother a long time ago. And I'm not exaggerating at all when I tell you, Splain and his brother look inbred. It looks like they cousins was, their mom and dad are cousins. They look slow. These are the people who are leading Jehovah's Witnesses. No, they not going to be able to get no damn jet, no freaking mansion, and no yacht, and ain't no woman about to have no, there ain't going to be no big conspiracies and all this stuff, because ain't no woman wanting these inbreds looking people. I mean, they can't do anything if they wanted to. What do you think that they should do that would be like a big conspiracy or something? You know what I mean? I mean, Tony Tight Pants already got caught in a liquor store, buying up the whole damn store. And Jehovah's Witnesses didn't care. I mean, what do you think he's going to do? He's not going to have no damn mistress. That ugly, half-dead looking idiot is not going to have no damn mistress. I mean, they don't even have the ability to step out on their wives, half of them. Don't nobody want that. I mean, these are people with no life that hang out at Bethel and do broadcasts. That if all these books and magazines people are reading, they don't even have the skill to write. I mean, who? You comment down below, put them in the comments. Put who you think in the comments has the skill and the ability to make money like a TD Jakes or Creflo Dollar or Joel Osteen or any of these major TV people. That's the whole thing about Watchtower becoming a TV evangelist organization. Who they gonna draw in? Who are they gonna draw in? They don't have the skill. They don't have the star power to put a dent in the TV evangelist money pool. I'm about to get brain freeze up in here. So y'all, don't let them Jehovah's Witnesses talk about, oh, we don't have no scandals. Y'all got scandals. Y'all got the type of scandals that inbred stupid people would have. Like a whole bunch of false predictions and a whole bunch of teaching flip-flops. That's what stupid people nobody care about. That's the type of stuff that they do. Those are the scandals that a person off the street can have. They ain't even got the ability to have no scandals with no whole bunch of women. Don't nobody want Stephen Lett looking like, somebody's performing an exorcism on him. I don't know how his wife does it. I don't know how she does it. But comment down below. Let me know what you think. let's talk about the XJW community, because that has been a godsend to Jehovah's Witnesses. Think about it. Think about this. Is somebody watching this video has a brother that doesn't talk to him. Somebody watching this video has got a mother or a sister or an uncle that don't talk to him. Because there's a few lucky ones that joined the cult and none of their family was in it, so that when they left, they ain't lost nobody. That is rare. There's a few people like that. There's a few people that maybe joined it and the only person that was in it was them and their wife that they married in there, and then they both left. I mean, there's only a few lucky people, but most of us are missing. There's this hole, right? And the XJW community can fill that hole. You know, so you have an uncle that isn't speaking to you, or you have a fill in the blank that's not speaking to you. Well, there's somebody in the XJW community that has a nephew that ain't speaking to him. Hey, we can fill that hole with the, people in the community, right? The person whose nephew don't talk to him can talk to the person whose uncle don't talk to them, right? The person whose son or daughter don't speak to him, well, they've got somebody in the community whose mother or father don't speak to them. Y'all can understand where each other are coming from. If it weren't for the XJW community, nobody else would understand, right? Because there aren't too many groups as bad as a Jehovah's Witnesses. So just nobody would even know where you were coming from, right? But whatever those empty holes are, there's somebody in the XJW community that can fill it. Because eventually what could happen is a person may get tired of reaching out and trying to wake up a family member, because everybody's just not that bright. Everybody's just not going to be able to wake up and get out of it. So instead of wasting their entire life waiting for their uncle to wake up or whoever, heck, there's all these uncles in the XJW community that don't got no nephews or nieces because they family won't speak to them. Well, hey, can't we fill that little gap for each other? Can't we fill that hole for each other? Right? I'm not talking about they immediately become family, but I mean, hey, you can find people in the XJW community that have that same emptiness because of the missing family. And over time, you get to know each other. You get to calling each other over the phone. Over time, hey, somebody from the community done filled the hole left by brainwashed family member that wants to die a stupid witness. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about that concept, that idea. But, I mean, hey, I can say from experience that there's people that I've gotten to know that have become really good friends from the XJW community. You know what I mean? People I can call and talk to. It don't have to be about Jehovah's Witness stuff or XJW stuff. It can be about whatever. Heck, there's people I've called and talked to and gotten advice. So that's something that people are missing. If your family is a Jehovah's Witness, oftentimes you're not getting good advice. You don't have nobody with experience to instruct you on a lot of different things. Well, instead of just going out and going without, hey, you got people in the XJW community that they got all this wisdom, they got all this knowledge, and nobody to give it to because they kids won't talk to them. They nieces and nephews won't talk to them. Hey, why not get it from them? Why not get the advice from them? Being social, filling those holes, filling the gaps that are left by the shunning in the organization. Is it the exact same? Probably not. But you got people who, they've lost their kids. They've lost their kids because they get disfellowship and the Jehovah's Witnesses try to take advantage of them. And, the parent that's still in the cult tries to take the kid away or something. Well, yeah, there's going to be an emptiness there. But you got all these young people in the XJW community or people in the XJW community that don't got no parents really because of that cult. Well, can the two get together and kind of feel the little hole left in your heart because of that emptiness? I think so. But I'd like to know what you think about it. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. 937-789-4029. We'll discuss it. I haven't left my number on here for a while. But it's 937-789-4029. Let's discuss it. Jehovah's Witnesses, a bunch of hobos off the street, are not going to demand what Creflo Dollar gets. There ain't no woman that even want them for it to be a scandal. And also, too, we can talk about, hey, that little hole in your heart that's left by your cult family members that won't talk to you. Can we fill that hole for each other in the community from somebody that's also missing a family member? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. X Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.